Hey everybody, I'm Elyse Sparks from Sparks Wellness, where we talk about getting moving in body, business, and life. And today we're talking to Jess Grippo. She is the creator of You Can Dance Again. She's an award-winning dancer, a writer, a creativity coach. She's a TEDx speaker, and she's going to be sharing so much goodness with us today. So Jess, thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So we've talked before, and I see all the stuff that you're doing with movement and dance and creativity. But can you tell us, for everybody who's watching, what is You Can Dance Again?
So, You Can Dance Again is it's a program, it's a class, it's a number, it takes on a number of different forms, but the main point of it is that you can dance again. You can reclaim dance for people who used to dance at some point in their life, whether it was formally, professionally, recreationally, whatever it was, but you loved to dance at some point and you stopped once you became an adult. And now you're like, meh, life's okay, but like your soul is just wanting to dance. You Can Dance Again is for you. And what it does is it provides a space for you to reconnect to dance in your own way, in the body that you have right now in this very moment, and as a gateway to reclaim your creativity and get back to yourself.
I love that so much. But I was a dancer. I am a dancer.
You're a dancer.
But I feel like I've gone through so many iterations of what dance has meant for my life and how it showed up in my life. And definitely, like in those dips, I felt like some piece of my spark, some piece of my creativity, or something just wasn't being activated as much as when dance is in my life. And especially, I just also love what you're doing because here we also talk a lot about body kindness and body image and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people who have danced when they were younger, especially maybe in the ballet world or whatever, have maybe some blocks in going back to it as an adult because of those things. But you make it accessible to everyone to find that movement again.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. And that's what needs to be happening. So yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
That'd be so intimidating to get back into it, right? I mean, that's it. Most of the people who I speak to are like, yeah, I bought a 10-pack to Broadway Dance Center, but like I never used it. It was way too intimidating or whatever it was. Like, yeah. Even if the intention is there, it can still be hard to motivate yourself to actually go and dance.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes it's hard to find like your own expression maybe in those classes, or even like what style speaks to you. I went from ballet, and then I took some time off and I went into Lindy Hop, and now I'm in another transition. So it's like how does that form of creativity through movement like speak to you, like you said just now, in the right here right now?
Yeah, totally.
Interesting.
Sometimes it's like, you know, you want to dance, but you might not know exactly what kind of dance, or maybe you don't even want to be in an environment where it's about learning some new dance or having to get it right all the time. And that's another reason why I love YCDA, what we affectionately call You Can Dance Again, because it's, you know, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. It's really about each person's individual expression coming out again, and then using that to create dances and to connect with other people. So yeah.
In the work that I do with people, I often reference Julia Cameron, who is the author of The Artist's Way and other amazing books, because she talks a lot about like movement and creativity and how movement can like get us from stagnation to inspiration. So how does movement, because I know we're going to do an exercise in just a little bit about creativity and getting unstuck. So how does movement really lead to creativity and getting you out of a place where you feel stuck to where you feel inspired?
That's a great question. Well, there have been more and more studies coming out. I love when people tag me in those Facebook things about dance proven to rewire the brain. And I'm like, yes, like keep it coming, because it's what they're finding is that dance actually does rewire the brain. It alters neural pathways. It opens up new neural pathways. So if you're feeling stuck, right, that's one way that dance in particular will open it up, because through dance and movement, you're changing your brain patterns. Never mind the endorphins that, I'm sure like with exercise and everything like that too. It's like, when you start to feel differently from movement, it affects the way that you think and what can come through. And then there's also this release of emotions that I feel is really powerful. It's not just the physical movement, but you can let emotions speak through your body that you don't even have words for. And that is huge, because I think a lot of the time why we feel so stuck or like is because we're walking around like carrying these invisible emotions like all inside and on top of our bodies in all these places. And so we're literally like, if you could see them, we're walking around like this all the time, being like, oh, hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Great. Like if only emotions were visible, like this is how we would be all the time. And so it's like through dance, it gives us an opportunity to like shake it off and like just free ourselves. And even if it's like just in that moment, that one dance, that 3 minutes, whatever we can do in between things to take a dance break, right? Like you free yourself, and then you're walking around actually like this, like, oh, okay, here I am.
I can feel that energy from you. Like I just felt better in my body from watching you move around. And also I have to say about the emotional thing. So I'm pregnant right now. And so, hormones and all the things, like the emotional highs and lows. And I feel like what you were saying about, all of those on our bodies without words. And I was mentioning to you earlier about like how I'm having pregnancy brain. So like sometimes literally words are escaping me and I don't have that way to communicate. And I feel like my body is just telling me so much right now. So I can totally relate to everything that you were just saying. So
can I just say, an image of you, like someone like is talking to you about something, and you're like, I can't answer this with words right now. Let me just do an interpretive dance, okay? Yeah. Just like break out into like an interpretive dance to respond to someone.
Sometimes it's my ideal communication form.
I love it.
Okay, so actually, you have something that you can share with us today that we're like kind of maybe going to do that in a way, or at least use dance to get some answers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So everybody watching, you can do this with us. So Jess is going to guide us through this exercise and join along. Do it with us. Yeah. A different kind of dance break.
So this is what I call the dance into your answers method. And it's a process you can use. I mean, you can really use it at any point. The idea is that you use it at a time when you're feeling stuck or indecisive or have writer's block, or there's something going on where you're not sure what move to make, or you're seeking answers in some way, and you recognize that you've been in your head about it too much, right? Because our head can only go so far. Like the forward part of our brain, the thinking brain, right, is gonna make a pros and cons list. It's going to think about the outcomes for this and think about the outcomes for that. And it's going to think. And then it's going to worry. And then it's going to go to the past. It's going to go to the future. But then we're going to like be feeling like blah, 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 all the time, right? Ah! So if you're in that place, this is fantastic. This is a great process for you. So what we're going to do with Dance Into Your Answers, step one is to just call up whatever question or challenge or thing that you're in right now. And you can even write it down on a piece of paper, like, what am I supposed to be for Halloween next year? I don't know where that came from, but whatever it is, right? It's like, let's just go with that. What am I supposed to be for Halloween, right? Okay, great. So you have your question. Step two, you're going to embody what it feels like to be in this place in relationship to that question. So if you are feeling like a monkey brain scattered mess, maybe like the embodiment of that is literally like, you're like, you can't even pick where you want to sit right now. So like you just start out like moving or like whatever it is. So do you have anything you don't have to say out loud? Okay.
What?
You don't have to say it out loud, but you can if you want to share with us something.
Mine is like, what's going to happen with the move? We have a physical home move.
Okay, great. What's going to happen with the move? Okay, and so what does that look like for you and your body? What does it feel like?
It's like this direction. Like I feel like it has these directions, like going in all ways, like out. And I guess they're feeling like this. So I guess they're like linear and straight, but there's so many of them that it just feels like, remember those like rubber bouncy balls that maybe, I don't remember what they're called, but they had like a hard center and then they had all these strings going all around the outside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it feels like all of those things, like every direction, like that.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so you're like a living koosh ball right now. Right. So I want you to keep going with that. So the next step is to, and if your music is optional for this. So if you would like, you could like hit shuffle on whatever playlist or music source you have, and then let the music become part of it too, because sometimes a surprising song will come up that will make you think of something new, right? We're not going to use music right now, but know that that's totally an option if you want. Okay, so what I want you to do now is continue to just do that movement, turn the volume up on it, and then just let it keep going until it maybe takes you into something else. Like until your body can't take it anymore, you get so exhausted from doing the same movement over and over again. Your body's like, ah! And then just like, for as long as it takes, let it transform into something else. I'll be your music source. And if anybody's watching at home, like whatever you're in right now, keep doing it. Keep turning the volume up. Let the music, the movement get exaggerated. Let it flow. Let it do whatever the hell it needs to do. Maybe you feel more stuck before it opens up. Don't try to think about it. Just move. Just let your body move. And do you feel like you've hit a new place with it?
Yeah, it definitely became more like squiggly.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit more flowy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So take a pause, and we're going to keep it short for the purposes of this exercise, but that could go on for like 5 to 10 minutes if you wanted it to, in different iterations of it. And what I would have you do now is then just go back to that piece of paper where you wrote the question and just start free writing and see what comes through. Because sometimes, and I actually have an observation for you to share specifically, but let me just close up the exercise part. So sometimes with this exercise, like the physical movement will remind you of something, or it will be like, oh yeah, this is the answer I've been needing. Like it will come in the physical movement. Sometimes it won't, and it'll just be that you've just rewired your brain, and now in your free writing, some new idea will come up, or some clarity will come through. So the whole point, you don't know, you're going to dance into your answers. You're going to let it emerge naturally. So, and then for you, Elyse, so here's what I noticed, and this is the benefit of doing it one-on-one with me, because we got to actually like talk about it together.
Yeah.
My intuition in seeing the difference, this was very like, to me, this was very like outward, like, okay, I got to do this. There's all these different directions, and I'm responsible for all of them. And this, you became the center point. Like you became, I'm me, and I'm flowing in myself. And I felt like these movements were also like a clearing. Like instead of deciding which way to go, focus on clearing out what you don't want. Like clear your own energy, take care of yourself, let go of like, you know what I mean? Like any demands or obligations or thoughts or behaviors or options that just like, you know, if you don't know what's right, focus on what's wrong and get rid of that first. Does that resonate at all?
Yes, completely. It completely resonates for like that subject. And also I felt that as well when I was like inside of it, that like when it became, even when I said earlier, when I was like, oh, now it's more flowy, I was kind of like struck by the obvious metaphor of like, I can just flow. I can just flow with it. And this definitely felt like um, what you were saying. I didn't think about it in the moment, but after hearing you say that back to me, like this definitely felt like more like self internal self, like taking care of myself, and that the rest of like that outward stuff it'll be taken care of.
Yeah. Awesome.
Beautiful. Ooh, I love it. I love this. I love just getting your one-on-one time for the dance into your answers. Well, um, Jess and I would love to hear how you experience this. So when you do this with us, leave a comment below to tell us what happened. Did you transform, or what came up, or maybe just listening to Jess's observation of what happened with me? Does that resonate with you, or can you relate to it? Leave us a comment below. And thanks so much, Jess, for sharing with us today. That was really awesome.
So fun. I loved witnessing you dance into your answers.
I love dancing into my answers. And I will put all of Jess's info below this video as well, so you can check out You Can Dance Again and dance into your answers more with her, and all her other events and workshops and programs and everything that she offers. So check that out. And thanks so much for being with us. Bye.
Bye, guys.